50. 58, right there. You. Check.
Now a carry for the shifty Dion Lewis. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Watch the safety creep. 25, check 25, check 25. 3.
On 2nd and 7, Mariota. He's going to walk. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown. Corey Davis, his first touchdown of the new season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Ryan Succop for the point after. It's up and good, and it'll give his guys a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Let's go.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 26.
Hey, Will.
Here's Rodgers. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. They could not ask for a worse start. You give up a touchdown on the game's opening drive, and then you turn right around and throw the interception on your very first play.
And this is where the coaching staff has to earn its money because they've got to calm these guys down a little bit. Just as you noted, a horrendous start, both sides of the ball. But now the defense, which gave up an opening drive touchdown, they've got to go out there now and start playing like the team they want to be.
They run on 1st down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Mariota going to give to Lewis. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And he'll be stopped here well short of the 1st down at the 24-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board, ended up settling for 3.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Okay, Coach, thank you. We are about 4,300 miles away from you there in Orlando as we come to you from the European home of the NFL, London, England. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Green Bay Packers and the London Bulldogs. Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports?
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Ready? Fly again! Get him! Get him! Get him! Come on!
They'll run for the first time with Dion Lewis. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Hey, let's get off the field, D. Let's one.
Now Mariota. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Stephon Anthony coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. So certainly not the start they were looking for here as they come up on a 3rd and 14. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
To throw is Mariota. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
A big kick that time, 52 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. The first carry for Josh Adams. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. They run on 2nd down with Adams. They'll get a couple yards back, but not more than that. They'll be left with 12 yards to go on 3rd down.
132 fighter.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. Yeah, that's a 48-yard punt with a coverage holding him to 3 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
Do you almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
He sets to fire deep. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
They've had touchdowns on both of their drives thus far, but now they face a 3rd and long. Here's Mariota. And that's complete to Lewis. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Lewis here on 1st down. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Play action now. Mariota. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Montez Sweat able to record his 5th sack of the season. They got to figure this out. They got to figure him out. 4 sacks last week. Now 1 in the first quarter. What do?
Well, great pass rushers usually have a go-to move. But the best pass rushers, they have counters to their go-to move. So they'll show you that. Then when you adjust, they counter it and still get to the quarterback. And you don't pile up that many sacks. What do you have, 4 in the game last week? Without having some go-to move.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Montez Sweat in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Working out of the gun, Mariota. Got a man, it's Brown. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Well, they'll get 15, but that won't be nearly enough. It's 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. And this ball's going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot. We're scoreless after 1. The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got a look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Back to the air on second down. It's Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
It is tough to complete pass against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Mariota to Lewis on the draw. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. A second down run with Lewis. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Mariota on 3rd and 2. Complete. This is Lewis. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down.
Partner, up in New England, they have a saying for this. Do your job. On 3rd and 2, your job is to get 2 yards, period. If you get more, that's great. But bottom line, pick up the first down and keep the sticks moving.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Montravius Adams. The defensive tackle getting in there for a loss of 5. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Nothing there, no gain, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 15. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. From the shotgun, it's Mariota looking for White on the deep ball and unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
They had enough yards for the first down, but a clutch hit right there defensively. Jars it free. No first down.
And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And it's 3-0 here in the second quarter. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. This is their third drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be out right at the 35. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. From the 38, Rodgers. And he slings one that's incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. 3rd down here.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new-school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
The Packers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
26.
Throwing is Rodgers. And going deep for Hill. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. A minute 52 to play until halftime. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season. Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. The tackle made by Blake Martinez.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the Packers' 42-yard line.
Set. Line, 30. 3.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mariota. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Kenny Clark forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. From the gun, Mariota. This will be caught by Brown. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. They needed 17, and they got 18. A defensive lapse there, and it's a first down.
Check out. Joker. Check. One. Check. One. 58 to Mike. 58 to Mike. Know your job. Switch. Switch it.
First down, Mariota. He'll get this one complete to Davis. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 24-yard line.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Mariota. He'll get this one into the hands of Lewis. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. This will be their first trip to the red zone. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16.
Get that quarterback. 58's the money.
To the air again, Mariota. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Intended for Jonnu Smith. Incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Again, it's Mariota. He's got Lewis. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. They'll throw again. Mariota. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now.
Intended for Dion Lewis.
So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and they're able to double their lead just before half. It's 6-0. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
Oh, look at the juke. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally, because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Now they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On first down, this is Adams. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Again, here's Adams. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Now it's Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, it should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
That's fielded at the 8-yard line. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
How about the boost the defense gave them?
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Montez Sweat, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
Check 20.
Now Mariota. Rashawn Gary. He's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Mariota now. And they're going to sack him yet again. The pass rush has been relentless. This time it yields a safety. So maybe the defense will have to kickstart the offense here. The first points of the game comes from that defensive unit.
Yeah, sometimes you get together and you say, hey, maybe it's on us today. We have to go out and force the issue and make a play and get everyone else going.
On the return is Williams.
Come on, fellas.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. On first down, Adams. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. They're having issues right now getting that running game going.
I wonder if maybe adopting some of the college run game would help here. Because we're still at that stage where you have a bunch of guys saying, I don't know about what the colleges do. And the college stuff is working in the NFL. Bigger line splits, create some more natural running lanes. Might help the offensive linemen get better angles in their blocking schemes.
On second and 11 now. Rodgers, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. To throw on third down, Rodgers. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his second of the game. Instead, fourth down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
7-yard pickup brings up second and 3 at the 24-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a second and 3. Mariota to throw it. Uncorks one for Davis. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Throwing, Mariota. And that will be incomplete. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. By the way, they're into the second half now in Philadelphia on the NFL scoreboard. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll make this a second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Throwing now is Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And that's complete to Adams. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. Welcome back now here in London. It's the Packers who have the football, but in need of points as we begin quarter number 4. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Watch safety creep, watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Check 3, check 3 again.
On 3rd down, they go with Adams. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. 1 score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Kill, kill, kill. 50, inside.
Rodgers going to go on 4th down. And Adams has it complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down. Rodgers now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. It's Adams. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down for a nice little gain. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They'll run again with Adams. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. The Packers on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Check, check. Fresno, Fresno, Fresno. Check 3, check 3. Check. Crunch, crunch, crunch.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Aaron Jones His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Packers have taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run, the best runs for the top running back.
And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sag. Montez Sweat in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Here's Mariota. He hits White, complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. It's caught. This is White. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory.
Let's go. Let's go.
So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They've got a first down in field goal range already. On first down, it's Lewis. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
2nd and 12 at the 13-yard line.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Mariota to throw it this time. He's got White here. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So some pressure now on the kicker, Ryan Succop. Succop's kick is good. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So a big kick to get this back to even. Now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get it to overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you. But you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay?
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. On the ground, right side, it's Adams. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown... So a tie ball game here as the kick's away.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
I'm coming! I'm coming!
Now the first throw in overtime for Mariota. And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack. And now the Packers going to take another timeout. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the third down stop.
58, Mike. Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Shit. One. Shit. Check. One. Hot. Switch. Three. Bang.
From the shotgun, it's Mariota. That's complete to White. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime.
Rush in.
They'll run on first down. Swift. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Two minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready. Ready. 3. He's crashing. 1.
Now an Eastern Michigan man, Darius Jackson on the carry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll stop him right on the midfield stripe. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard.
Get him, boy. Get him, boy.
So a big move here, playing to win in overtime. They're going to go for it on 4th down.
50, Mike's 50. Hey, I'm coming after you. 3. Watch the twist. Echo. Alert 3. Watch twist. Watch twist. 1 up. 1 and up.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Here's Brett Kern now, on for a very important punt here in overtime. .33 yards is the distance on the punt there, and it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. Excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Well, part 1 is done, now part 2. And play will be stopped here with 10 seconds remaining in overtime as they've called a timeout.
1st down, Green Bay.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Get 300. Get 300. Hey, Sue. Here we go.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. And going deep for Hill. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
He was covered by Malcolm Butler.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Who that? Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. I got you, son. I got you. Number 50. Hey, you block over here. You put me down.
Rodgers now. Going to throw again. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line. So cancel the interception, pass interference.
And you know what else gets canceled? The return yardage. Makes the play, but now it's all for naught.
Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. It'll be their second and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back.
Mason Crosby on for the field goal. A 28-yard attempt.
And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And there'll be some happy cheeseheads tonight as the Packers have won the game. But we thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance that field goes from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for them, too, because they have to do their job in order to give him one last chance to put a foot to it.
So for Green Bay, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And now it's off to Heathrow as they get set to fly back to the U.S. in a couple hours. Meanwhile, for the Londoners, they'll fall to 1-1, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.